video with me, Shruti. You're watching Living Our Ascension. So this week, obviously, we're going to do the weekly reading right now. And these are just guidance messages that you get. You know, these are, I call them messages from the stars because it's higher guidance. And it has to do, you know, with activating us to the highest frequency possible that humans are going through in their upgrades. So, you know, if you would like to receive your message for this week, then, you know, you can choose either number 1, number 2, or number 3. And later on, you know, you can look below this video and there'll be these time slots. Or you can scroll and find it yourself, and you can receive your message then. So I'm using 2 decks this week. One is this one, it's in German, but it's called the Little Devil's deck, I think. It has all of these different, you know, negative sort of qualities that humans can go through sometimes. You know, it's the more challenging ones, but kind of in a cute way, you know, that this deck is made, not in like an intense way. But we're going through some turbulent, intense times, as you know, so I thought this deck would be helpful for us to realize what exactly is it that we need to you know, integrate and just to bring it to our awareness what we're going through. So that's one deck that we'll be using. And then the other deck is a very high vibrational deck, you know, just in contrast, and it's going to be showing us what we're coming into. You know, what energy are we really activating that the challenges are bringing us into. So I hope that you enjoy these messages, and please subscribe to this channel if you would like to receive every week, you know, these kind of messages. And yeah, have a look at, you know, all of my services. You can have personal services with me as well, and that, you know, when you work one-on-one with somebody, it really helps to accelerate your journey as well, you know, into ascension, into coming into your Christ embodiment, the embodiment of your higher self. So I have different kinds of services to do that, so have a look at those. And yeah, that's it. Now you can just scroll you know, to your number 1, 2, or 3. So if you chose number 1, then what we're gonna just pick one from here. So we get this one. Let's have a look at the image. So this is probably how you're feeling right now, and if you can't guess what it is, because it's in German, I've written the English translation on the back and it says destructiveness. So if you're feeling destructive in some way, then that's a message for you, you know, is that destroying things. And oh, it's interesting because we're having some very powerful Mars transits right now. Mars and Saturn are coming into a conjunction soon, and I'm already feeling this in my life, so I can kind of relate to this card. You know, I went to the grocery shop today nearby, and as you know, we're in a lockdown right now, as most countries are. And there was just so much anxiety that was there. You know, some people, they don't really observe the whole social distancing thing very well. You know, they'll cross quite close to you, and then there's just, you know, this chaos that happens, and you can have this anxiety that's there. And then when you're feeling this Mars energy, which is, you know, just this willpower, and then when you can't exert that willpower in the way that you want in the external, or somebody else uses it to invade yours in some way, then it can ignite this anger. So I think that's what this is speaking to. But I really feel that the message here is to remember, you know, that all of us are going through this. It's not just you, and you know, it's a turbulent time for everyone, and really you can't control anybody else's actions, but we only really can consciously perform our own. And when we are in that state of grace and knowing that, you know, it's fine, we're taken care of, and just controlling what you can, you know, within yourself, and just surrendering to the rest, that's when we are most likely to not experience that chaotic energy, because you've created that energy of calm within you. So remember that every time you feel like this. And then the other card that you're gonna get, let's see what that is. It's what we are, let's say, coming into. So I'm gonna pick this one. And here it says distant shores. So just have a look at the image yourself first. So when I have a look at this card, it's interesting because I'm seeing all this dark green energy that's there, you know, and dark green can relate to stagnation. It can relate to this grief that's there. It also relates to very, very ancient wisdom, you know, that is of the earth, just like the trees in like a really old forest have this darker green color. But I feel like you're coming out of this more intense period, whether that is in your spirituality or within your emotional healing, whatever it might be. But it's some intensity was there, and intensity is not always bad, you know. Even when it's a bit more so-called negative, it leads to good things. But even when it's intense but not bad, you know, like for example, very, very deep, very, very contained, very there's a lot going on beneath the surface. But it's quite intense and up and down, kind of like the energy of Scorpio, you can say. It doesn't have to be negative, but there's just a lot of turbulence and a lot of digging deep that's going on, or like researching, you know, just digging deep, going into every corner. So you have that already. It's like it's a sense of that is something that you have already, you know. There's a part of you, there's a side to your life where you are like that, very deep, and what you're coming into now, you're gonna add another layer to it now, and this layer is coming more through just relaxing and knowing that you are one with everything. So you don't have to go digging for all the answers, you know, like a surgeon cutting with a knife, you know, searching everywhere. Or when we look for gems, for example, you know, we just dig and kind of destroy everything in the process as well. So there's a lighter energy that's there, that's really going to help you to take this to the next level, this wisdom that you already have. And that is you know, through this more relaxation approach that's there for you. So if you're feeling frustrated, especially because we're coming back to the card that we originally got, and if you're feeling, because often we feel destructive, like we want to do things but we're not able to, like I said at the beginning, when we're trying to exert our willpower but it's not happening in the way that we would like. So then let go of the ideas that you have of how things need to go, how you need to act, you know, and where you're trying to do something but it's not happening in the way that you thought, because there's a new shore that's opening, distant shores, you know, something a new side that's coming that you haven't seen before, a land that you haven't explored before, an area within yourself. And it'll come through much ease. I don't see this as a very challenging, difficult energy. It's just that you need to let go of what you've known. If intensity was the way so far, you know, good, it served you well. You already have that, it's not going away, but just you're adding a different dimension as well. So yeah, that's what I feel. There's a lot of water here. There's a lot of this these higher colors like lilac and white, and just a sense of oneness with all that is, a sense of ease, and just this gentle unfolding that happens when you experience yourself as one with everything. That's how you're getting your answers now. So I hope that that message resonated with you. Please let me know in the comments below and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you again very soon. If you chose number 2, then we're going to pick a card right now for you. So we have all of these cards here. Let's see which one. Let's go with this one right here. Okay. These are really very cute cards. I really like them. So this one, this deck is in German, but I've written the English translation on the back. It says, can you guess what it is, what this energy is? I'm sorry, I know I'm moving this a lot. So this is crisis. It says crisis on the back. That's why this little devil is like, you know, he can't help himself. And I'm sure why I'm laughing is that we can all relate to this, you know, whether you chose number 2 or not. And he's covering his eyes, you know, so I feel like he it's like he doesn't have the answers, and so he doesn't want to see what's happening because he can't he doesn't like everything that he's seeing, whatever is happening. So you know, and he's clenching his teeth as well. So there's some frustration that's there, there's anger that's there, you know, there's confusion that's there as well. So let's see what you're coming into, what that card is for us. You know, we're using this deck as well. So we're gonna pick this one. So what are you coming into? And it says here, the choice. So just have a look at the card first. And you know, this is very clear. It's saying that there is a crisis. Yes, there's a crisis for all of us, but there's a choice that all of us have within it. There's some things that we can't help. So what we have to do is we just have to surrender and let go. And that's what you can see, you know, this image. I really love this deck as well. You can see it's like a wave. So you have to surrender and just let go. Like when you go surfing, you know, you're waiting for the wave to come. Wave doesn't come, you know, the sea is not swelling. And then suddenly it comes and it sweeps you, and it's not like you have a choice. You have to go with the flow of the wave, whatever shape it's making, whatever direction it's going in. You know, it unfolds around you. You have to completely just surrender and let it do that, and just trust that, you know, you will come out on the other side. And in fact, when you do let go, it can be an enjoyable experience, which is why so many people like to go surfing. You know, they love to be in the water, they love that energy. And in fact, they use that energy, you know, to propel them forward when they're surfing. So I really feel that that's what you need to do right now. You know, when you feel this confusion, and this week, you know, things are a bit confusing, and you're just like, why is this thing one after the other? All of this is happening, the answer is that the choice lies within you, how you choose to see the situation. You know, you create your own experience. You can't control what's happening outside, the choices of others, or what's going on, but often how we experience even chaos is up to us. You know, there's this huge wave that's coming. You can be terrified, or you can just let go and just go with it, and not put up resistance so that the water comes and hurts you. You just flow with it, you know. And of course, nothing lasts in this universe, as you know. The only constant is change. So the situation will change. That's the good thing. You know, if you're seeing something as a challenge or a crisis, the good part is that it can't last forever. So the idea is just to flow with what is here now. Let it, you know, ride it out without resistance. So yeah, so I hope that message resonated with you. Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, that's it. You will see me again soon in another video, so don't forget to subscribe as well. So if you chose number 3, let's pick a card for you. And here we go. Let's go with this one. So just look at the image. I'll explain the English translation. Try and guess yourself, because that's interesting, right? Like the things that we see in our external reality are a reflection of our emotions. So what is this? How are you really feeling within? And the answer is here. I mean, this card is defeat. So you know, it's just so cute. So I feel like, you know, he's just given up, this little guy, this little mischievous guy, and even that thing that he holds is broken. And yeah, but I feel like you know, the most obvious explanation for this would be don't give up, don't admit defeat. But I don't feel that's what the message is. He's holding up a white flag. And I feel like, you know, that's what it is for you, to just surrender. And this seems to be the message for this whole reading. I feel like all 3 messages are very similar. Again, even last week that was the case. And sometimes they can be quite different, but I feel like he's holding up the white flag. So whether this is in your relationships, or it's generally in life, or the people around you, or the situation, the authorities, you know, I feel that the guidance for you is just to relax and to know that you are part of everything. So you might have your disagreements with different people, or with the way that things are going in your life. But sometimes you just have to understand that you are part of something larger as well. And even things that are wrong, they're not right in the world, or they're not justified, or they're not just, in the sense that they're not good for the people, and or fair. They're not fair for other people or for you. But we're part of, just like there's this huge clock, and inside that clock, there's all of these different circles that are there, and they all fit together, and one influences like a bigger circle. They're all part of each other, forming this bigger mechanism. So I feel that we are part of this bigger mechanism, and something is happening, and so your speed, the way of you do things won't match everyone, but you are part of that whole thing as well. So there's no point denying it, resisting it, fighting it. You can disagree, definitely, and you can create your own little wheel, your own energy, the way that you do conduct things. But at the same time, you are part of something larger. So don't try and fight everything, because it'll just be exhausting for you, and won't lead to very good results, because anyway you can't help the situation as such. So let's see what blessings this is bringing you, or what energy you're coming into as a result. So this is the card that you get. Just have a look at it first. It's called Sensual Awakening, and as you can see, it's a really beautiful card. So I think that this card has beautiful colors. It has so many different spirals going in different directions, and it should be chaos, but it's not. It looks like art. It looks so harmonious. It just looks like there's divine order in chaos. Things are just going in different directions. They're different colors all mixing into each other, but look at how pretty it looks. It's pretty perfect. So I feel that that's how that is the energy you're coming into, and you can meditate on this image if you like, so that if you're feeling all this sense of defeat, or you're just tired of fighting the world or your thoughts or whatever it is, the second you drop that and really know that all is well, all will be well, because you come into this state of perfection within you, that even when there's chaos, actually within that chaos is actually perfection. There's different elements that are together. We can perceive it as chaos from where we stand, but there's always something larger that's orchestrating that, and it's for a reason. Even things that need to change, sometimes there's more chaos then, but it's all within divine perfection. All is as it should be. So I feel that the moment that you drop this fight that you're feeling, not from a sense of self-defeat, again, it's from a sense of just knowing that you belong to something larger as well, then there can be this sense of safety that's there in that, the sense of harmony, beauty, And also I do feel like perhaps you'll be doing something related to beauty as well, design, beauty, makeup, art of some kind. And it makes sense, because most of the world, we're sitting at home, and we're kind of asked to go within and relax, take out time for things that we don't usually. So maybe it's leading to something of a sensual nature for you, where you can practice that, and some new skills, or just feeling relaxed, or even some more creative skills, whatever it might be. But there's this sense of harmony. So those are the kind of activities actually that might also help you drop that attitude of not knowing what to do, and feeling this lower energy of defeat and having to put up a fight. And if you're fighting with, let's say, the people that you live with, also find this energy with them. You can do something artsy with them. You can perhaps indulge in some activities like this, that where different people come together, but it's for a common purpose. And of course, I don't mean go outside your home, but I mean that if you have family members or something, Yeah, that's it. I think that's all that's coming through from this. Let me know if it resonated with you, what you thought about this reading, and I will see you very soon in the next video. Please subscribe to this channel